Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis, and I want to do a guide for you guys on Seraph Shield, but Legend difficulty this time around. It is still a very good thing to farm. If you are going to farm, I do recommend normal. I've got a guide for normal. If you do want to see that video, you can check up here or check the link at the end of the description. But this is for Legend, so you can get your catalyst and stuff like that. They seem to be showing wrong with like the Season 19 rewards, but it's probably because I have the catalyst. Should be where you are getting your catalysts though. Strand Surge and Void Search, we'll talk about those. Overcharged Pulse Rifles to give you a bonus there. And then Stasis Threat, you've got Void and Arc Shields. Now you're going to be facing a lot of Hive and a lot of Fallen. That's a lot of Arc. So I'm going with one piece of Arc gear to make sure I can manage the shields, have something that shoots at a bit of a distance, and just be able to work a little bit with something that's got infinite ammo at range. I tried this with my Ikelos SMG. It worked sometimes and it didn't work others. Forbearance could be amazing in here, but you've got a couple different options, so I'm just going to try it on this one. Not exactly the best, but again, any arc pulse rifle is probably going to be okay in here. A pulse rifle that's of a different, damage type, whether it's, if you've got a solar one, still going to be getting the damage bonus. If you have a void one, yeah, you'll get the damage bonus one way or the other. This is what I'm using for void, though. I've seen it become more available, so I do want to try and use it some. Strand would also work. Either one's going to. I just think this one's a little more efficient. And then for just kind of range, crit damage, DPS kind of situation, I'm going to try Arbalist. I was debating on doing something like maybe a Void Fusion Rifle and then maybe this guy, but I do kind of like that ability just to pop somebody in the head from far away. Something like a Scout Rifle might work, but I did want a special ammo. I've got 100 Resilience. These are probably not the best, but if I can make an orb, I'll get Woven Mail. Landing precision hits, which I'll probably be doing a decent amount, emits a Severing Burst, makes them weaker. Dealing damage generates grenade energy, and then while you have Woven Mail, weapon final blows create a Tangle. So I want to make sure I can actually get orbs. It's one of the bigger ones. So if we come over here and take this one off, we've got a Harmonic Siphon. I am running Strand, so that's not going to do too much. This was from a previous build, though. So if we've got something along the lines of Arc Siphon, and if I can get Void Siphon in here, I probably can't, actually. There we go. Void Siphon, Arc Siphon, make sure I'm making orbs. Then come over here. I'll be getting some grenade energy back. And then also, if I grenade final blows will create orbs as well. So if I'm getting that nice little loop going on, I want resistance from Arc and Solar. You could throw Stasis on there if you want to for one of those. It's not a horrible idea to just throw Stasis on there for the final boss, but it's not really a big issue unless he just kills me, and we'll find out how that goes. You can do Arc Scavenger. I had a previous setup for this one, so we're going to go Void Scavenger. And then for my Heavy, since I'm going to probably be running that one for more damage situations, we're going to go with a Void Weapon Surge. And also, if you pick up the orbs a lot, which you're going to be doing if you get to them, you're going to be getting some health. And then finally down here, got a little bit of stats, reduce grenade energy, just some basic stuff, let my armor charges last longer. And again, when you are doing armor charge, make sure, like, if you are doing the blue ones, stick with those. If you're doing the yellow ones, stick with those, but don't cross those two. So this is going to be kind of a weird setup here, trying to see if this one can actually work. But my goal overall is just to try and show you guys with a kind of reasonable loadout. I know everybody's got access to this one, an Arc Pulse Rifle, a Void Machine Gun of whatever variety you prefer, and hopefully we can get this thing done. So let's jump in. It's not going to be short, but we're going to get it done. All right, so when you start, you're out here kind of in these little Seraph Tower areas. First thing you got to do is get close enough for all the enemies to start spawning. But get in here once you're under cover, and then you can peek out and try and find some of these guys. This is one of the Arc Shielded guys I was talking about. That's kind of why I like the ability to do that. And again, just don't get detected too long. When you push up, that's when you're going to get your thralls to spawn and come at you. But watch your angles. These guys are going to come running around a corner, so melt them down. Going to get another set coming this way. Make sure you've got everybody covered. And that's kind of why the pulse rifle works for me. I got a little special ammo and an orb over here, so I can get a little health back. And again, now I've got Woven Mail, so I've got more damage resistance. So it's this little combination that I'm going to try, see if it works, but hopefully it does. Taking a lot less damage with those guys, though. That's for sure. That woven mail is actually going to be really nice. Since you're running strand one way or the other, not a bad way to manage it. Tangle action out there. This dude just does not want to die. Alright. Grab some ammo. You got an ogre here. You can honestly, if you got like a suspend grenade, it works, but honestly you can just mostly run by him. Just don't get smashed too hard. Yeah, if you throw a suspend grenade in there, wow, just bad geometry. You can just run by him. You don't have to fight him. There is no reason you need to kill him. If you don't have a suspend grenade, you can shoot him from far away if you want to. Sorry, wrong direction. We'll get going. Now the indoors. Now this is going to be all the switches and all that stuff. And you want to know that I'm not going to cover it quite as in detail. I still have to do it. But I mean, I cover all that in the normal one. And if you're farming this one, then, hopefully that one will cover you.
You need to find a splicer and liberate the security.
So first thing we're going to be doing is getting that little yellow buff. Shows you which terminals to interact with. And then going up into space. Space fun. And first thing you're going to have is a few guys out here. So this is where if you want to go for a single bigger shot, I can, which I kind of like doing. And that's the precision shots, repetitive precision shots causing that severing. Not a bad thing to have. And this is why the arc hurts. There's a lot of arc. Tangles are not a bad thing either. And this is, again, this is the fallen type arc stuff. Now, if you want to melt something, I'm just going to bust out my machine gun. And also, when you sever them, they do less damage. So this is going to be a bit more of a survival build, but I think it is going to work pretty well.
Ah, that's a scanner protocol you've picked up. It should automatically detect which consoles have been
and again, you could tweak this thing to be better. This was kind of a quick throw together of a build here, but it should work. Yeah, you'll get the scanner buff. Once you've got that one, you should be able to see the scanner terminals, then go and interact with each one in order. You should be good. Wait for a little pod to come down so we can go to space. Mine with the body. And up we go. Alright, so now this will be all the interaction in the space station. Fun stuff begins.
You're actually on Seraph station.
So every time you got a buff to get through one of these doors, you just have to dunk the buff. And there's a lot of places where you don't have to worry about dying because respawn restriction is not really that big of a thing.
So we have a lot of ground to cover. Let's get moving.
Well, that worked rather well. And again, this is why I kind of like something like Arbalist for that bigger pop if you want it, or my machine gun so I can just melt if I choose to. Kill enough of the guys, you are going to have those come in. Since I got the wrong shield type, I would just switch over to whatever you're using for a heavy and just melt them pretty quick. They get to be annoying, and that's where it is nice to have the right shield, but not the end of the world if you don't. Alright, I may as well shoot that thing and blow him up. Should be good. I probably got another shank over here somewhere. Or two. Ever so often, may as well use all the abilities at my disposal. Now, I can't tell you how many times I do this in the hour. Pick up the scanner and go grab this one first. I have picked up that scanner and run down this little, like, AC ducting area so many times before I hit that first one. I mean, I've done this a lot for guides and other things, but yeah, that error has been one of mine that has cost me more time than it should have. So grab that one first, then you come in here and hit this one, then you go back out. You don't have to shoot those things, just makes your life a little smoother. And then when you come back out, same thing, however you want to deal with your solar shanks. I don't have a solar weapon, which I didn't before either. Gotta mow through them with what you got. Make quick work of them. Grab my orb. Gonna have a few of these on the ground. And then the final scan is over here. You will have Void Servitor out this door. You can break that shield and then hit it with whatever you like. This is where I just like using Arbalest. I mean, that's a personal preference for one, but because I like the weapon. But it just has that really beneficial nature of doing quite a few things, range pops at damage, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try and dump this in here and then grab this so I can take it with me. And then up in here you'll have a few enemies, so I can throw this at a few of them. Kill a few. And just play this one safe, no reason to rush this room. Snipers in the back are gonna hurt. This is, as I said, lots of arc damage coming your way. A little bit of solar too. That's why the arc and solar is where you're gonna see benefits. Not much void, very minimal stasis until the absolute end. Just a lot of annoyance mostly. Now if you can find somebody like this guy and just melt him down, I typically will do it. Because he's gonna be annoying. Arc shots hurt. As you can see, I love that weapon. It's level 218. Tracer Shanks are annoying as I'll get up though. I might use Arbalest on those. Not to actually die here. Yeah, that double team shot hurts. Okay. Yeah, the solar shielded Shanks are going to be really annoying for just a bit. When they go away, it won't be quite as bad. Apparently my jolting minigun actually worked a lot better at that than I thought it would. And then sometimes you just got to melt everything. Now there is a heavy box in the other side of this room. That's also why I'm being a little liberal here. You can do a lot with your heavy ammo in these areas and then completely refill before you go forward. That is why, yeah, that box in there is going to be really nice. Or they're just going to drop heavy ammo on the ground and do it that way. Well, if that happens and you don't pick it up fast enough, you're going to have to kill him again. And then you acquire the buff. First one's over here. When you scan this one, you're going to open this other side over here. A lot of stuff's going to spawn. Snipes hurt. Got one more dude here. A little bigger. Ow, ow, ow. Go. And again, that heavy box, we're going to clear out the far room through there before we pick it up. But again, as you're going through clearing some of this stuff out, not a bad thing to have. So your first scanner's on the other side of that pillar. We're going to go up through the ducting to the second one. A little bit of slow walking here. Now in here, you can probably run and jump speed this thing, but there's no real need. So just wait for him to go away. No reason to get killed in here and have to run backwards. It's not the end of the world if you do, but just not worth it. Alright, once you get this one, door is going to open. You're going to have a lot of ads outside. Lasers will go away, so just wait for them to dissipate and then you can have a better view. Anytime. Now, do not put your buff in here yet. What you need to do is check these four, see which one it is. So I've got the far right. And when I go into that room, I'm looking for the terminal that's on the far right. So now I can dunk since I know where I'm going. So for me, it's the same look. If you're looking at the four terminals, look at the one that matched what you saw. Far right door will be open. Now, you're going to have some ads that come up here. Few of those guys. Now we're also going to be dealing with some down here. This is one of the reasons kind of why I like Arbalest. About a 3-tap on most of these. You can use your heavy if you want to as well. that to go away. And I know I've got heavy ammo waiting for me. That's why I'm doing all of this before I go back and fill that up. You get to the point where you're feeling low on heavy ammo, then just try and use special because that heavy is still going to help you on your ammo. You don't have to be quiet as ammo crazy as I'm being. Promise you it's not that necessary. That guy cannot literally tilt his turret low enough to hurt you. Then if you jump up on this side, you're on the other side of the turret, so you can just hit it from above. Oh, I ran out of ammo. That's fine. Alright, so now I'm going to go grab ammo for the next room, because the next room is a pretty chunky fight. And it's just far enough, I don't really want to run back. Alright, grab your heavy ammo. It will also fill up your special. That's why it's always worth to use of those. Alright, so the next room is going to be quite a few enemies to deal with, so just kind of be patient in this next room. No reason to really rush it. You're going to have that guy over there. You're going to have a few ads over here. Melt what you want to and can. Give yourself a little room to work here. But this is why having something at range versus my previous weapon is honestly a better choice here. The shanks are annoying early on, but when you get to the final boss areas, less annoying. And there's probably one point I'm going to tell you to use your super as well, and that'll be the other situation where they're going to be annoying. So again, that suspend grenade is nice. And again, as you do damage, you get grenade energy back with that, with the strand modifier. What is that? Aspect? Fragment, sorry. Mental lapse there. That's down. Now he's severed, which is good. And dead. Got a few shanks in the back. But the only thing I'll tell you is like the solar shield on the shanks kind of sucks. Captains probably love teleporting enemies. It's fun. I think an exotic just dropped by sound. Yep, sure did. Alright, so we got a few more in the corner. Now, as I didn't pick up that buff fast enough, he's back. So you just got to make sure and watch for him depending on when you pick it up. But I'll take this. Gives me one of these. Kill all that stuff faster. Again, this is not like the be-all, end-all of optimal builds. This is just a build. I kind of threw it together, and it works. Okay, so when you get into this room, you're going to need to know which terminals, and then when we get below, we'll show you the pathing. So I need the right, middle. And that'll make more sense once you get there. So right, middle of the three that are sitting there. You got one more turret down here. Don't forget about that one. It'll kind of ruin your day if you jump down here with enemies. That's why I like to kill everything from above, make sure everything's clear. Got an exotic, so, you know, not so bad. All right, so in here, you can actually jump in here and see the path. So you run this way, so you go all the way over, 2 short of the wall, then up 2, then over 2. And you can use this whole area. Remember, I have right, so I've got to go to that one and then come back 1, 2. You've got that whole area. 2, 2. Almost everything is in 2s. It's not that bad once you get a feel for it. Just this long one first. So when you come through here, you're going to lose your buff. You're going to go all the way to here. So I've got 2 between me and the wall. When I come here, I do crouch this one. It's close, but you do crouch it. This one you got to hop. Now these are very touchy. You don't want to even touch like that little pixel there. So that's why it's like, be very cautious in what you touch. Now here, 2, then again, go by your 2s. So again, it was right, middle. So I need my 3rd one. Same thing here. We're going to hop this. And then we've got to get the middle one so I don't have to go to the far end. So this terminal should work. And key log complete. When you get in here, we're going to get our next type of buff, but you actually got to get in here to do the attacks. Spin grenade is really helpful for these situations. reasons I like using it. Who's left? Thought about putting the thing on where you do finishers and you get a tangle. I just don't think it's going to come up that often to be that useful, so I decided against it. So far seems okay. Alright, so now we're going to get our operator.
The operator protocol
If you haven't done this before, I'd be surprised because you probably did it on normal or the raid. So all you gotta do is shoot the door.
With your gun.
Alright,
I'm not sure why they're designed
the
like
more
that.
enemies. Sorry if you guys hear lawn noise outside. Not much I can do about that. I'll try not to talk here for a minute. Just clearing out this room to start. Alright, Shrieker's in the other room. Don't have to worry about them quite yet, but you do have some ads on your sides, so be careful about those. Like, when we get their explosions to chain to each other, they'll usually work on killing each other. This guy's the perfect hide behind this box. Alright, so shoot the operator, door's gonna open. You're gonna have some Shriekers across the way. Focus the Shriekers first. If the runners come in, well, obviously you know what to focus on. Like one crazy dude at a time here. I got a tangled chunk into the other room. See the Shrieker. Get a little damage on him. There we go. Alright, so you will have more Cursed Thrall. Again, this part's just kind of patience unless you just want to use your ammo. As long as you just don't rush too much in here, not a lot's going to ruin you. Final boss room's a little crazy, but you can get there and then try it multiple times anyway. So. Alright, so through here, you're going to be able to get to your switch. You're also going to be able to shoot these guys if you want to. One less dude that you're going to have in the other room, which in and of itself isn't a bad thing. But you got to get all the way back there, so that old tangle's not going to help me too much. More Cursed Thrall waiting for you. Again, these guys are just chunky because it's on Legend. I'm going to run up here and try and grab this thing because I'm an idiot. Hopefully I can weaken a few of them though and get a little chain explosion going. Come on. Somebody hurt each other. No, maybe? Not one of you? Cool. Alright. That should be just about everybody. Watch your radar. Make sure there's nothing on your right side. This little vent will now be open, so you can come in here and work these guys down. Might take a minute for them to show their face, but we'll get there. Standing in fire is a bad idea, though. Have an exit plan if you need it. Gonna hurt a little bit. Can't fit in the door though, can you, buddy? I don't want two swords to come swinging at me at the same time. This just seems like a bad idea. Yep. I might just do this just to save my own butt. I will use my super every so often because I haven't been using it much. So, Use it if you need to, but mostly we'll get to the end. There's a rally flag towards the end anyway, so this is not a big deal. You get a rally flag before the actual kind of next main area. You're pretty good. Oh, I forgot one switch in there. So once everything is clear in that room, you've got one more switch to hit from the opposite wall, which you can't get to otherwise. Gotta run all the way up here to get a good angle. Now the door is open. This is just not a short mission to run. It was a long exotic before. Now on legend difficulty, you're going to have to be a bit more patient with everything. That's just kind of how this is going to go. Still a cool mission though, and it's one I enjoy running. It's just if you're going to farm it repeatedly, I can see it getting a little annoying. Just for the repetition's sake. That's also why arc resist is on. I mean, yeah, if I pick up an orb, I get woven mail, which is really nice, but the arc resist is just... a lot of arc in here. It's fallen and hide. That's pretty much what you're going to face. Door's going to open. Now you're going to have turrets in a couple of places. You're going to have one back here. You're going to have one on the ceiling, which is fun. Everything else is tucked around the corners. Now we can work some of this down. See the guy with the shield? Pop the shield every so often. You know, work him down a little faster. Every so often you'll break that shield, get a little bit more off. Calm a few of those guys down for a minute. Shieldy boy in the back though, man, he's fun. He's one I'll usually take out with my minigun. Make my life easier once I pop the shield. I say minigun, but you guys know what I mean. Machine gun. It just melts. I'll take a little heavy there, not as I can come back for it, so I guess that works. When you pick that little key up, you're gonna have more ads. Now's a great time to try and get a little bit of cover in the back. Woven mail kind of saving me there. Shielded shanks. Don't worry, you're going to get your ammo back before the next part.
We've hit a dead end. I can't bypass security, but I think
if you're ever wondering why I recommend this weapon, you're seeing one of its uses at least in here.
One of Aramis's captains has put an order to bring you in alive so that he can present you to her as a trophy.
Alright, so we're going to deposit our operator buff.
It'll help sell the bluff.
Now, when you come in here, you're going to have... This is your big fight. This is going to be for one of your first major non-respawn zones. So what's going to happen? You're going to have the main hive boss here that you'll fight later on. That one you will need to save your super for, but that's much later, so don't worry about that right now. When you do enough damage to the hive boss, he's going to leave, and then you're going to be dealing with the brigs. Main brig in the middle, brig on the right, brig on the left. Me, personally, I will hang behind this wall here. Just seems to give me better cover than anything on the right. There will be some ads that will be invisible. They will come up, try and basically stab you. Be ready with whatever... you know, for me, I've got my barricade that I can throw up. I've got a shackle grenade. I've got my melee that I can use. Save all that type of stuff for any of those guys that run at you as kind of your little panic button. But I try and take out the main brig first. That will be dumping heavy ammo. That will be doing pretty much anything I can to take that one out. Then I typically take this left side because the right side seems a little more manageable from range. And you're just going to be kind of managing ads. There will be somewhat of a continuous spawn, but just kind of take it patient from that side. If I die at this point, I'm going to recut it through just so you guys don't see all the deaths. But I may do a little death montage if it gets to be a little crazy. I've done this before, but it's been a minute, so hopefully we get on the first take. I'm going to hit the rally banner. Everything's all full up. Good luck. Alright, so main part is going to be the big boss. This is where this will come into play a little bit. We can trying to do enough damage to this guy so I can get him out of the room. That's all you're trying to do first, is just get him out of the room. Watch the grenade. Alright. Should be enough. Now the brigs are going to be coming, so be careful. Try and give yourself just enough wiggle room for a little bit, and then we are going to go hard on this brig in the middle. And I've got some heavy. Alright, so I'm just going to dump as much ammo as I can into this guy. It's not the most efficient because I don't have target lock on a non-crit part. I'm doing everything I can there. I'm going to put that up there just in case. They get a little crazy. That's why you kind of got to be ready to throw everything you can at it. I'm going to try, now that I've got a little more special back with this guy, that just does not hit hard. Okay, that guy should not be there. This is bad. I need that brig to move, like really, really, really move. Alright, I gotta try and take this guy out. He's just gonna ruin me here in the middle. Way too much can get me right now. This is the hardest part. If you can get that brig down in the middle, just focus. Watch the grenades. Now, then once you get a critical spot, that target lock does wonders. And then if he's gonna float in the air, be fast, like hurry, focus him down. Okay, now I got one less direction to worry about. Not great, but it's doable now. Now this is going to be a bit of a patience run. So watch for the tracer shanks. They always will appear in just kind of the corners, so you just got to be a little careful with them. Now there's a heavy box over there. That's why you hit the rally flag and not the heavy box. I don't know if I said that when you come in. Take your time. Again, watch those long shank shots. Aggressive here. Watch your health, watch your recovery. Now I'm gonna go for my ammo in the middle because I am running really low here. Alright. Again, if you can get 2 out of 3 down, you're gonna be in pretty good shape. Now be careful if you get any ads coming at you. Now is just the focus on him, mostly. Now, if you got something like a Nova Bomb or any better super than I've got, throw it at the big guys and use it. You'll get more supers later. That is not a big deal. I just don't have that option with my Strandle on. It makes me go run over and smack on them a little bit, which I don't really trust to do very much. I do love that ornament, by the way. Shout out to that artist. That guy with the shuffle there is fun. Okay, face is off, so now you really got to focus up because he's going to fly up in the air. Go hard on the crit spot. Take him out. There we go. Alright, so got me a little woven mail. I can go back to my cover. 2 out of the 3 are down. I'll tell you that woven mail, not a horrible thing to have. Now, I didn't get as much as I would have liked, but that's definitely helping, because that damage reduction is huge when you need it. And a lot of stuff is coming at you. Alright, so Tracer Shank, be careful. Do a little strafing. Yeah, if you see all the invisible guys coming, Take them out in groups. How many of you are there? Damn. As always, punching my way through every problem as a Titan would. Somebody's stuck over there. It's fun. Shank is sniping. Oh, 2 of them. That's fun. Dude, there's more? Nope, just a little guy. Just this little resilient drag. Hopefully stays dead for a bit now. Just this is why I gotta go arc. Like, the arc damage resistance, a little too crucial right here. Oh yeah, you might want to clear out a few of these dregs in the middle if the grenades are going a little crazy, because yeah, they're the ones throwing them all. Now, the long range on big guy, that's probably the hardest part. Just to do real work on him is not going to be an easy thing, so you got to get him visible first. There's not a really good place to shoot him. There's really not. So typically what I will do is I will actually come over to this side. Now, I do typically like to have a super so I'm a little bit covered. But I want to get closer so I can actually use the machine gun. Okay, getting a little aggressive there, guys. Jeez. Now I'm just gonna go full retreat. Where I had wish I had some better long-ranged weapon for the big guy, but I don't. Don't feel bad about using your super if you have to. Probably would have rather used that on the actual brig on the other side of the room, but doing what I can to survive here. This room is rough. I'm not gonna lie. Not a whole lot of reprieve in here, but at least if you guys see me struggling, you know it's not easy. I don't want to make it look too easy. That's not my goal. Grab a little health from one of the orbs. 4 guys in the middle. Yeah, it's like if I can get him severed, he will do less damage, which is really nice. Take out a few of these guys. Just a little less chaos. Alright, so I'm just going to go the really slow and boring way on the big guy. I'm just going to go for the shots that I can get from range with this thing. Not like I'm out of range, it just does not want to hit that hard. This is where an amazingly high DPS super would be fantastic. To clear out groups or big guys. My super is not doing that so hot. You're like, you clear out so many guys and then there's so many more. So I was like, there's not really a big break, but you gotta make sure you can do something, so. This is a patience part, so if you want to speed this part up, you probably can. Just like, you know, move the timeline forward. I'm just going to work this guy down from safety. If any guys come at me, of course, I've got my shotgun grenade, my barricade. But until I can break that guy's, like, actual front space and get to his critical spot, it's just going to be a patient run. Now, at some point, hopefully this thing does run out of enemies to spawn, but I'm not entirely sure it does. That's why I'm playing it just very patient right now. Yeah, we got like a third of his health down. Just not going that fast. Alright, I'm gonna grab some ammo since I do seem to have a break in enemies. It does seem to just be me and him at this point, so maybe there is a point if you can survive long enough that you don't have to deal with too much else besides you and him. Which just be aware that you gotta be on your game for a long time in here. And that guy's little shuffle is hilarious to watch. Nice dodge there, sir. Okay, now, when you do kill all three, that took way too long, sorry everybody. You will have a few more ads waiting for you. Now, if you want to run around, grab a little bit of ammo, it's not a bad thing. Get stocked up, see what's available. There used to be other secrets in here, like, you know, bodies that you would go talk to and stuff like that, but they're not there anymore. Got some heavy ammo on the ground. You are going to be dealing with some, a lot of turrets in kind of one of the upcoming sections to get outside. Just make sure you got enough ammo to deal with some turrets. You're going to give up your weapons for, I don't know, 30 seconds and then get them right back, which is kind of hilarious. All right, so we go through here and all the way down. Again, this is not an optimal loadout. This is a loadout I think quite a few people could probably put something like this together. And it's going to allow you to hopefully get through it with some patience. And I'm doing this on a subclass without a giant DPS super, so there are moments where that would be huge. Like a big Nova Bomb for Void would be perfect with the Void Surge. Alright, surrender your weapons. Do our little, I've been captured.
I cannot believe they fell for that. Transmat access acquired. Weapons incoming. Neutralize the crew and get to the front of the catch.
Alright, so get our weapons back. We're going to leave our jail cell. And got a fun guy to deal with first. This is where heavy is going to be important. Just melt him down. He's going to be your big obstacle until you get to the next room. Now, when you can get far enough in here, you can start opening up the side doors and get a few helpers, which is nice. Ever so often, just try and hit the captains with their tangles. Or with their shields, I mean. And let the shields explode on each other. It's going to be helpful. Yeah, so here's a switch. If you gain ship access, you'll get a few helpers out. And again, that's a solar shot coming at you along with arc. That's why my arc and solar shield resistance was actually really beneficial. But those guys just won't die, and they'll be out there doing work for you. Stay back here, let them do their thing. They'll put in work. I'm gonna thin the herd right now with some of the ones I can actually see, but they're so damn far. We're getting there. This is why a ranged weapon was better, honestly, because I tried it with my Ikelos SMG for arc, which the jolting was really nice to have, but I needed something where I could just shoot from farther away. It was just not happening. Watch your health, don't get it too stupidly aggressive. You guys are persistent, I'll give them that. Huh, my helpers did actually die. That's unfortunate. One of you guys is gonna die by like a shield explosion. There you go. Now time to hit a little harder once I break a shield. Come here. Next. There we go. Alright, well, that's probably the longest that room has ever taken. We got through it. That's fine. Now, you're going to have quite a few actual turrets coming, so just be careful if you got any ammo to back up for. Just make sure you take care of everything from range. I'll grab one ammo brick, because then I know I'm not going to run back for the rest. 2 turrets here. I think it's 2 outside. As long as you're out of range, they're not that bad. Just kill them from far enough away and you're good. There we go. I'll take the heavy brick. Alright, we are in space. We haven't been here before. They handled the sound very well, which was cool. At least at this point, you're not going to get kicked out of the mission. So from here, you're looking to jump down there. As before, just try and take your first jump without using your jump ability. Line it up, and then slow your fall. Can't actually die on that fall now, which is good, thanks to Bungie's change. Now, the one thing I do want you to notice from out here, see the big rotating arms? There are very specific spots where they will rotate and just kind of smack you off of this thing. So it's good to be aware of their location. This is going to be the first one coming up. So you want to be ready when you come here. Wait for it to go by, and then make your jump. Don't try and do it early because it's not the easiest thing to catch visibly. Now, where you're actually looking to jump down is over there. It's kind of weird to get to. So, I usually try and like jump and then lean in and then slow my fall as I get closer. Not the easiest thing to get to, I'll be honest. Somebody will probably tell me there's a platform you can land on that's like somewhere right up there. So you probably can land right there and don't have to make my crazy fall. So just look over there to the right for that one and you'll be okay. I just usually jump out here and it seems to be okay. And for a Titan, if I can do it, I figure you guys can too. We have a few adds as we get closer. Now the fallen are the annoying ones because there's a lot of shanks. And unfortunately with their solar shields, this is going to be really annoying. So, I would take some of these guys from very far away. Because their snipes are going to hurt. Try and conserve some of that ammo. Ow. And this would be why this part's a little rough. A little sketch here. I'll just take the slow method because I need to save some ammo. As soon as the shield is down, they die in like 4 more bullets normally, but the shield, really, really annoying. So again, with a group, you don't have to do this solo, but with a group, you can farm this thing a lot better. Solo, less fun. Okay, I gotta just break the shields. It takes too damn long. There we go. Alright, so these guys... It's always fun when I see ammo just like fall off the ledge. That's another thing you can do, change your verticality and make his crazy arcing shots miss. He's gonna kill me, isn't he? He's gonna try. Breaking their shield's not that hard, but yeah, if you get low in here... But this is where the precision sever shots actually kind of work. He will be weaker. That'll come into play a little bit on the boss too. Hopefully we get a little ammo here. Nice. Alright, so we're gonna run around here. I know this is a long video, but to do this mission solo by yourself takes a fair amount of patience. So you got some shanks down here, so I'm gonna see if this throw is gonna make it. Whichever ones I did manage to tag, see if I can take them out. Or their shields come back. This is where a scout rifle would be better, but the pulse rifle had the damage advantage, so that's what we're going with. Like just out of range for this thing. It really is. Ow! Holy. The stupid hive guy down below. Pretty sure, and then probably a combination of a snipe to go with it. But that guy? No. No, he died. That guy. The arc damage resistance. Pretty sure I went double. Yep, double arc damage resistance and 100 resilience. Just those shots would have probably killed me if I wasn't doubled up on the damage resistance. Probably also sniper would work too, just because there's a lot of things in here that are far away. When you get to the final room, it's not so much of an issue, so I kind of prepared more for the final room. Alright, how many more shanks I gotta deal with down here? Too many. Yeah, if you don't have like a solar scout rifle in here, this kind of sucks. But at least Arbalest can break pretty much any shield, which is beneficial. For that exact reason. And you can do damage from range with it. Now, goodbye ammo, because all that's falling to oblivion, but that's fine. This is the safe way to get through this mission. If you want to see somebody probably do it insanely fast with a beast loadout, Esoteric will probably show you the way. Shout out to that dude, he is a beast. You guys know me, I am the safe and get through it method.
There's a cargo bay up ahead. You can get back inside there.
Now, all those shots coming at me are coming from above. You gotta be a little careful. Dude has got just... Wait, am I actually out of his range? So, those shots, trying to march your way up there, they're gonna be really hard to deal with. So, I do recommend highly taking these guys out before they become too much of an issue. Now, he's there. Goodbye, heavy ammo. It's nice knowing you. There's more up there waiting. You can actually see him. Since I killed the other guy, the other one's going to march on up and say hello. Now, you've got a couple switches to hit as an operator. It's going to cause a few shanks to get spawned in. Now, normally, I would march my way up there on normal difficulty, but right now, I'm going to try and stay alive. So you've got this switch here, this switch here, and you're going to have that switch over there. When you do that, things are going to spawn in. Now, I'm going to pull back to safety. Main reason for that, 3 explorer shanks I don't want to mess with. Just a little terrifying. Now we can hop our butts up there. So we're going to this one first. This one second. These are always like my kind of more of my most fearful jumps. And this is where it gets to be really rough because you've got a lot of shanks that come in and you don't have the most cover in the world. I will be honest with you. A little rough. Now I've got a good angle. Now, if you want to sit here and wait for all your shanks to show up, I don't blame you at all. Not one little bit. Now, they're going to teleport to you, which gets to be fun. Seem to have a little cover down here. Teleport. You wait, they will come. But this part just sucks. Alright, I don't think I'm done, but I don't think I've got much of a choice. I got to try and... Trying to use my super damage resistance to get up here where I need to. That's okay. See, dying out here is not that bad. Kind of wanted to show you guys that. Got a little crazy. Do what you can, and then you can work from the back. And that's just part of how this section goes. Like, if you're trying to do it solo flawlessly, this is going to be one of the harder parts to for sure do. I don't even know if that triumph's available anymore, to be honest with you. I can finish this guy. That's hilarious. Hey, dude. How we doing? Now, there's still shanks and stuff up there. I know there are. That everybody? Nope, one more. Take my orb. Now I'm gonna go do what I normally do and go hide. So once you can get up here, then you can hang on either one of these sides and deal with things slowly. Ogres, not first. Yeah, why they had to make it pulse rifles and not scout rifles, don't ask me. Now, I used my super a little while below. In literally the next room, I'm gonna want my super to finish off a boss. So I am going to be a little cautious on the heavy ammo because I'm just going to want to just lay into it. It's basically the hive, big hive guy that was in the previous room where we had our long fight. So I'm going to use other ammo besides that because I do want to try and delete that boss. This guy's fun though. Arbalist again coming in for the dub. That guy would love him to move. Ow. Well played on the firebomb. Like, they don't have the most health in the world, but just a regular old pulse rifle taking the grenade out doesn't feel great. It's like one of the few void guys that's actually going to go after you. There's probably a chieftain in the final room that is too, but there's not a lot of void. And the Stasis truly is just the final boss. Now you're inside, you'll notice the sound change too. They're gonna hide behind all their fun little walls. Kill him, grab some ammo. Alright, so we're about as good as we can be. We do have a heavy ammo refill. And this is where it gets fun. Now, my super is almost up, so I'm literally going to wait until that is available. Mostly because I want to go as hard as I can on this boss, because as soon as you kill the boss, everything around him will despawn. It's a rough room, though. So if you do die in this room and you got to redo it, that's where it gets to be kind of frustrating. So that's one, why I try and go hard with the super. And then two... yeah, it's literally right in there. He spawns in, doesn't give you a lot of place to move because this door, I'm pretty sure, shuts behind you. There's not a lot you can do. I don't even know if this heavy box will be waiting for me, so I'm going to pick it up anyway. I would much rather save it, but I don't get that option. Alright, so I'm going to go dump my full heavy clip, and then I'm going to go super on the boss guy. Hopefully I can kill him. Cross our fingers together. And then I'm going to throw a shotgun grenade on whatever else is there. See, it's gonna make me stick in here. This sucks. Apparently you do get to respawn, though. I did not expect that. I haven't usually died there, so... didn't mean to spawn next to him. Yeah, apparently not as much at risk here on this legendary difficulty version, so as long as you just don't get too out of position or run out of ammo, you'll eventually get them. Trying to get me an orb if I can here. Ow. Oh, those guys don't stop either. They're going to give you ammo, but they're also going to kill you. Got it. Well, I don't think this could go any more poor. But you guys can see how you can, I guess, force your way through it? Question mark? Just not a great room. It's not even a place for me to, like, catch my breath yet. There really hasn't been. I was like, can I have 5 seconds? Just 5 seconds. No? Okay, cool. At some point, the other guys have got to die. And hopefully not come back. Hopefully it's just me and him after a little while. Ow, ow, ow. Stupid. Where are you going, dude? Apparently they're not infinite spawns, but... Oh, he's pissed now. Oh, nope, we got some more. This is why you want to kill him absolutely as fast as you can. Oh, so close, too. So it actually counted the kill, even though his health was a little low, so you gotta love that. Okay, that room is awful, but at least I'm showing you guys how it can get done. This is not a solo flawless run. On a solo flawless run in here, I'm actually not entirely sure at this point. Now you're going to be dealing with some normal Fallen again, as opposed to the crazy guy. So apparently when you run in that room, you're going to get some shanks coming at you. They usually take a little bit to spawn, but they're definitely there. Just need to melt this guy and delete him so it's over. Lower some shields. I'm like out of ammo. This is gonna be fun. I mean, there is a rally flag before you get to the other part. Alright, so I'm an operator right now. So your switch is here, and then here. Doors open. Got our scanner over there. And the explorer shanks are definitely coming in. Forgot about those. They usually spawn in the other room. It's actually close enough to melt you for a change. Come in there in a minute. Better clear this side. Blowing up the tangle does do some damage. Alright, so operator buff is done. Dunk that one in. Go ahead and pick this one up. I don't know if this is so much a guide as much of a playthrough, but if it's taken me this long to do all this stuff, hopefully it helps. Did I really not scan that room? Picked it up, didn't scan the room. I've done this way too many times. I'm like, I know exactly what I did wrong. Alright, so yeah, when you come into this section, if you want to do this right, remember when you kill the captain in the ads, the explorer shanks will spawn behind you when the door opens. So be careful, the explorer shanks will spawn basically in the middle of this room. But when you're going to come in here, the scanner is over there, but if you want to clear that side first, that's going to be the second terminal you scan. So if you clear that room first, come over here, and then clear this one out, pick up your scan, or dunk your operator, pick up the scanner, scan that terminal, And then your door will actually be open to move forward. This is another fun room. Oh, don't worry. There's more stuff on the ceiling too. Yeah, take out ceiling turret first. That's kind of an important piece. And that's also why solar is an important thing to have resistance against, because it's definitely in there. Where'd you go, buddy? I just don't want to mess with those snipers because I know they're going to hurt. No, big guy's still over there. Got a few over here. So currently I'm a scanner. Can't do too much with, so I'm going to have to do a little trading back and forth. Alright, so he's down. Got a few more ads. Another one of these big guys, too. Okay, so at this point, you are a scanner. We need to get an operator so we can actually shoot the switch open. So dunk that. Grab your operator buff. That is going to allow us to shoot that switch, which is going to open that door. You shouldn't be out here, though. You're fun. I'd rather not die now. I've died probably enough in that one section. Turret's gonna be a fun guy in there. He just wants to buzzsaw you, so don't give it a chance. Alright, so we are an operator. We gotta go dunk this again to remove it. I don't know what terminology you guys use. Dunk is what I use. I'm not even at the boss yet, and this is an hour. Okay, hopefully you guys don't have to do this too many times. Go ahead and hack. Now that we've got that buff, we're going to be having this fun join us. Maybe make them kill each other works. Take it. One more, aren't there? Okay, so now this is actually our lift/teleport. Almost at the final section. There's the heavy box. So, grab your ammo. Kind of an important thing at this point. You don't need a ton between here and, like, the final rally flag, but it doesn't hurt to have it. So, in this room, this is our first scanner. So now, when you're in here, you're going to have this guy. He's a scanner. It's like a basic introduction to... This is how this mechanic works right before the boss fight. So, you stand in here, and you shoot whatever is shielded. Stand in here and shoot what's shielded. Stand in there and shoot the shield, and that will open a door. Come in here, you're going to see this thing that you got to kill. And then you'll have access to the enemy. That's how the boss fight's going to work, basically, in case that's not going to be a clear idea of what's coming. Okay, dunk your suppressor buff, and now we are going to be at the boss. Used to be a secret in there, but that's for another time. Alright, so you do have a rally flag and a heavy box. Leave the heavy box alone. You're probably going to need that later. This is going to be the rally flag. Even if the circle's not on the ground, it's before you enter the door. So, I'm going to hit the rally flag first. Now, if at any point past this, I die, I'm just going to come right back here, and we'll go for it again. Main thing you're going to be doing, notice the door there. There's one on each side in a very similar fashion. When you get to the point where we just got our suppressor buff, the suppressor is going to be up top. There are 2 snipers. One of them will have it. You got to kill those to get your suppressor buff. Then you're going to have to kill the shields to be able to do damage to the boss. And you have to take that back. Snipers are going to be up top. Those are going to be your suppressors for the 2 damage phase like breaks, because the first time you can just do damage to them. So the suppressors up top are going to get you the buff. Then you got to stand in each one of the sections and shoot the boss. That's going to open the 3 doors. Then once the 3 doors are open, you need to shoot all 3 shield generators. When all 3 shield generators are down, then you can do damage to the boss for that boss phase. A lot of ads are going to be running around, doing what they're doing. Just be prepared to run. Some verticality, like jumping on top of this thing, will help. Staying in the upper rafters. Verticality will keep you kind of safer, like being up on, there's a platform up there you can be up above. So take your time, don't overdo it, and let's see how this goes. Again, this is my first time basically running Legend difficulty since this has become a repeatable mission. So this is the platform that I use a lot. The only time you're really going to have an issue up here.
His name was Praxis, and you killed him.
See, he'll throw stasis at you,
Has returned him to us,
but he still shoots solar.
as it will return all Elixni slain by the machine spawn's hand.
That is not that much damage. Not to do everything I was trying to do. So again, you're going to have some ads running around. Most of the ads are not that bad. They're pretty low-key. Until you get to some of the bigger guys. So I'm going to work him down a little more patient, because I don't want to blow through all my ammo early. But I do need to get some damage on him. Let's see where he throws this. So that one will not be at a great spot. I'm about halfway through that first damage bar, which is fun. So there's some ads over there, in case you're wondering, the ones I was talking about. A lot of fallen ads. Actually, no, these are all scoring, I forgot. So there are going to be a lot of those little fire guys. So fire is actually going to be a really important thing to have resistance to here, because they're little fire spinny, like, candle things they've got. That's like 2 full clips. So you're going to go through some heavy here. Dude is going to have some health. Now you are going to have some ads down below as well, so be careful. A little bit of void from their grenades finally, but not too much. Figured the void would come in here somewhere, but hadn't seen too much of it. But your abilities are going to be nice in here. They really will be able to do quite a bit. Trying to just whittle him down to that first damage phase without using like all my ammo, which seems like it shouldn't be ridiculous, but it is at the moment. I'm just hanging up here because it's honestly your safest base. Only time enemies are going to be literally on this platform that I am on, that's why it's the safest place to be, is when you have to kill one of the guys to be able to do the suppression buff. Otherwise, you are technically safe where I'm standing. Because the snipers are going to be coming from a different spot as well. Take the orb. Yeah, that's the woven mail. That's why I'll go down there and grab some ammo with it. I'm trying to move him to that damage phase. This is... it's chunky. I'm trying to save some of that ammo because I know when I get to the damage phase to be able to kill the chieftains, which are going to be on each one of the points. There's like an arc, a solar, and a void one. This dude just has a little too much health. I would also not recommend running this solo. There's very little benefit to that anymore, to be honest with you. Not much of a reason. Dodge the stasis where possible. Trying to push him to that next phase. Avoid the grenade. Now you're gonna, the snipers that come up top, you're gonna want to kill those quick. There they are. So there's one suppressor, or that's the two snipers. So first, grab your buff. And then once you've got it, this is the guy you gotta kill. So I don't care if you go super first to kill him. Make sure you can kill him up here. That is an important early piece. Oh, come on. Get me out of there. Woo! That was a little too close. Alright, but this is why. That is the important thing first. I've got my buff. So again, shoot from your suppressor. That's one. I love that that thing just went off like crazy. See you and your little flame canister. The grenade is on the other side of the floor. Okay, that's my suppressor hit too, if I don't die doing it. See, when you hear that little chain spin, good time to run. It means they're about to just mess you up. And now I just gotta get to the other side, which is where I give away a lot of my cover. Gonna be doing some ad mowing here. Gonna be dealing with the chieftain, so be ready. I need that orb, and it's gonna suck to go for it, but I gotta do it. Alright, so I hit the switch. Now I can do my damage. I'm gonna go back and hide. Did I not? I swear I hit him from 3. That one's pulsing, that one's pulsing, that one's pulsing. Did I not shoot him from up? No? Oh, now I gotta hit these, sorry. I do this like every time I haven't run this mission in a while. So you can hit these two from far. But that one in the middle is a little harder to reach. Alright, and now you can do your damage to the boss. That is one phase. Excuse me, not a short phase, but a phase. Yeah, I was like, I can't really go use my super on him. Maybe, but not really. Trying to clear out a few of the stragglers. Sure that grenade didn't get me too bad. Like, it's not that bad except for just a few moments on this fight. So now's a good time to make sure your heavy's full before you get close to that damage phase, because it's pretty quiet until then. Peek over here too. Really just unload on him. He doesn't unload on you first, of course. Oh, got some fun behind me. And they're not a bad thing to have around for a little bit of ammo. A little woven mail, you know, basics. Where'd big guy go? Well, I can't say I've usually probably done this long enough that he's ever been right there, but that's fun. You can kind of head glitch him here with the floor. You'll probably get some good work in on him. That's target lock and 4th time's the charm. Putting in some work, though. Getting a little help from behind, I see. Trying to clear some of these ads that are throwing stuff at me from half a way away. Where'd big guy go? He's really slow. I'm like, if I don't see him, he's still probably under me. I could go smack around with my super, but I'd rather not do that because I'm going to need that for the next phase. Again, safety and caution. Most of how the way you're going to get through this. And apparently you can die a lot on that one section with the... I don't think you could do that before. That's why I used to dump my super, but honestly now the way that thing has got so much health, I don't know if there's a better way to do it besides just throw your body at him. Now I want to get him really close here. Then I'm going to go grab my heavy brick. Or heavy box, actually. Refill everything. And then if I hit him once, then we're going to get to the fun next phase. Sounds like some fun chains down there. Alright, where's big guy? He's close, too. Like, it's only going to take a couple. Just delete this guy first thing. You can actually use that on that guy. Both snipers are down. He's behind glass. Snipers hurt probably the most. Gonna go grab the buff. And we're gonna shoot it from here up top. That's 1 of 3. Watch for what that stasis grenade does. If it's dusk field, not too bad. Now you're gonna have your big guy down in the middle. Void machine gun coming in though. You don't have to kill the chieftains, but it sure as hell makes things a lot easier to try and do what you gotta do with them dead. Just go for a quick tag on the boss here. Alright, now, so I've got one of these. I can try and clear out some of these ads. Ah, see, I wanted to go for the tag on the boss, but I just couldn't quite get there. I'm gonna die! Oh. Where is he? Alright, there's my suppressor buff. That's all I was trying to do. I was trying to force everything just to get that suppressor shot off. Because now I can take these things out from safety of cover without being in the middle of chaos. Kill this one. And then it's just boss damage and we're done. So yeah, that one middle section was obviously pretty atrocious, but almost there. An hour and 27 minutes later on the recording. Now I am just going to unload all of my heavy on him, though, I will tell you that. No reason not to. Come over here and get a little closer. I'm not really doing much with that shackle grenade on him, but it's pretty much all I've got since I do damage and I get grenade energy back. I may as well throw something at him. But this is really sad. This is the amount of health this dude has because how much I'm just unloading on him. Yeah, and this is 4th times target lock with this machine gun. Like, I don't know if a linear fusion rifle would be better, but I've just used the machine gun so much. This is a way to get it done, but I'm sure there are definitely better. But if you guys can see how much time this is taking, I mean, you could sit there and plink away with a primary for 2 hours if you don't really care, because as long as you get things done in here, this room is just all about patience and then a couple tight moments with the suppressor shots that you got to get off. But he is finally dead. Holy goodness. Alright, make sure no enemies are around so you don't, you know, bump into anything, and then just run for your exit door. And that is a long one, but that is a wrap. So that is Operation Seraph Shield on Legend difficulty as of Season of the Witch. That is when this is recorded, so depending on when you find this now or a year from now, hopefully that helps you. You will get, you know, your retrofit weapons, you'll get your Ikelos weapons, good things to get. You're also going to get your catalysts in here, and this is everything from like Season 19 weapons, which are typically very, very good. If you enjoyed the guide, drop a like below. If you have builds, thoughts, opinions about how this thing went, let me know in the comments. This is for Revision 0 and all the catalysts and all the intrinsic trade upgrades and all that fun. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that alert bell. If you are new, hit that subscribe button so you can actually see my videos, and the alert bell helps my videos actually make it to you. But if you guys want to see anything else from me, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, you know where to find me. It's Ebontis everywhere. Thank you for all the support lately. The channel has continued to grow past 100K. You guys are all awesome. And if you're new to the channel and don't always play Destiny, there's a lot to do in there right now. So have a good one, everybody. I'll see you soon.